So we have these suggestions that Hassan Nasrallah was targeted in the attacks. What does that tell us?
Yeah, we don't know if he's dead, but he probably is, in the sense that if he were alive and well, I'm sure we'd have seen him by now, and we haven't. This attack was overnight Thursday, and the Iranians are reacting as if he's dead. And so I think the word is, the rumour is, strongly briefed to Western journalists, is that he was trying to conduct an in-person meeting, as Nasrallah was, because their communications have been wrecked. And the Israeli intelligence placed him along with others, and they bombed that area. And the Israelis say they think he's dead, which would mean that they have taken out the whole of the top level of Hezbollah, which is obviously the strategy, because the Israelis are clearly now going for a decapitation strategy. Decapitate Hamas, just take all the leadership out, decapitate Hezbollah, and that puts them on the back foot. It doesn't destroy them, but it puts them on the back foot for quite a long time, several weeks or months, before they can reconstitute properly their forces. And in that time, the Israelis, it looks as if they're prepared to be very aggressive and try to change the balance on the ground, the military balance in Gaza, in Lebanon, and they're daring the Iranians to do something about it. They think the Iranians won't, and the Iranians will do something but effectively back off. So I think that's where we are with it.
Yeah, and it's forced everyone, obviously, to communicate in person because of the destruction with the pages. How does this fit in, do you think, in the wider context of Israeli military strategy?
Yeah, I mean, all this began on the, 27th of July with the rocket attack on Majil Shams, which was up in the Golan Heights. And the Israelis used that attack, or after that attack, they really went for Hezbollah, as if that was their moment. And what they've done, they are destroying the area of Daia, which is the southern suburb of Beirut. And looking at some other material, at least 380 buildings, as of yesterday, have been destroyed or rendered effectively gone. And so lots and lots of attacks in that area. And this is the area in which Hezbollah organise. Lots of other things go on there as well. It's not all Hezbollah by any means. But that area is now almost deserted. And the Israelis are just going after target after target. And clearly they're prepared to even, go quite near to the Beirut airport, which might put that out of action, which would be quite serious for everybody else. And there are bombings up as far north as Tripoli. And so they're clearly targeting Hezbollah wherever they can find them. They're going after them. Beirut and Tripoli, they're not holding back on this.
Yeah, and what can you tell us about what's happening wider in southern Lebanon?
Yeah, southern Lebanon is interesting because the Israelis have been issuing evacuation orders. They've been telling villagers to get out. And the strategy in southern Lebanon has always revolved around the area from the border, the Israeli border, Lebanese-Israeli border there. 60 kilometres north is the Litani River. And the Litani creates a sort of natural barrier. So that's an obvious buffer zone. And that goes back to the 2006 war. The United Nations said that should be a buffer zone. Demilitarised, that was Resolution 1701 of 2006. So the Israelis have issued at least 60 evacuation orders to villages south of the Litani to go north. But they've also issued about 20 or more evacuation orders north of the Litani for villagers to go north of the Awali. And so why are they doing that? I mean, it suggests that they intend to operate somewhere between the Litani and the Awali River. Now, that might just be, it might be air attack or it might be a ground offensive. We don't know. But clearly, the Israelis think that they want to clear out innocent civilians right up to the Awali River, and there you're halfway to Beirut.